For more on this, we're now joined on the line by Advocate Brenda Madumise, who is the Director for Wise for Africa, and she joins us now for more on this conversation. Brenda, thank you so much for your time this evening. Of course, women, as we celebrate International Women's Day tomorrow, women's safety still remains a major concern, as we heard there from the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres.
Good evening.
Good evening, Brenda.
Yeah.
Yes, I was saying that as we head into International Women's Day tomorrow, it seems as if the problems around safety for women still remains a major concern around the world.
Absolutely. I mean, it has, and it's stubborn. It's hard for us to look at how long it took for us to get to this point. It's 30 years of Beijing. It's 69 years of the UN Women Commission that is sitting as from tomorrow in New York. 69 years it has taken women to talk about how we address gender equality and equity in the world and how we accelerate gender equality and equity. So if it takes us 30 years from Beijing, it has taken us 69 years to get to this point. It tells you that it's going to take another 40 years for us to reach substantive gender equality. And if you look at what the World Bank has said, at this rate, at the pace that we're taking in addressing women's emancipation and gender equality and equity, we might see some significant change only in 2158. So we are aware of what needs to be done, but I think there is no impetus, and that's why the theme for this year for celebrating International Women's Day is acceleration of action, right? So all that we have put on paper, all the policies that we have put on paper, all the laws that we have put on paper, we must accelerate their implementation and execution.
And Advocate Brenda, when you look at the statistics you have just mentioned, talking there about the 30th anniversary of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action, at the same time, when you look at statistics that says every 10 minutes a woman is killed, how do we even begin to talk about the prioritization of the safety of women?
I think we are beyond talking. It's now acting, right? So maybe we should be asking ourselves the question: it has taken women themselves to show the world the injustices, the biasness, the discrimination, the sexism, the misogyny, and the violence that is visited upon women. It's women who have done that. It's not men who stood up and said, we have to change. It's women who stood up and said, things must change because you are holding us back. You don't want us to be in positions of power. So we need to create policies and a framework that addresses all of that so that we can be decision makers too. So if we live in a world that is still not recognizing that there is an injustice when you deny someone their basic human rights, and the individuals whose rights are taken away and must be the one all the time that must stand up is the reason why it has taken us this long to get to this point that we are at now. And what is required now, it's a concerted effort by not just women, but all those who and all of us really in our respective areas of influence, in our respective areas of importance, in all our areas where we find ourselves, whether we find ourselves in homes, in communities, in churches, in political parties, in corporate, is that there has to be that recognition and a quick, swift response to a decision to advance gender equality with speed. So we're hoping that now almost all of us have got the language. We understand the language that has been used for many years for us to understand. and that we're cognizant of the fact that there's another sex, being women, that is being denied the opportunities to advance in the workplace, to advance anywhere. When we keep on saying representation matter, but we say it just for the sake.
Brenda, are you still there? All right, that is Brenda Madumise, who is the Director for Wise for Africa. Unfortunately, the line seems to be quite a challenge, but of course highlighting her message as we head into International Women's Day, which will be celebrated tomorrow.